Hola, soy Do. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel and my first sketchbook tour. I say first, but I had recorded one earlier. I genuinely just hated it. I hated the sound of my voice. I hated the work because I hadn't finished the sketchbook yet. So I felt like I was cheating, but I finally finished it. And now I'm a bit more comfortable sharing it with everyone. So this will serve as the first official sketchbook tour. A little bit about the sketchbook. It's very basic, not branded or anything. I actually don't know where it's from, but it's a hardcover sketchbook and I prefer those because I can kind of carry them around and not worry about them getting bent out of shape or just getting ruined by just being moved around. The paper is not too bad. It's quite thin, so it's not great for wet media or anything like that. And I use ink every now and then, so I can't really do double-sided drawings, so it's one-sided drawings all the way through. I started this in December 2021, finished in December 2022, so about a year. I've got some drawings in there from this year just because I haven't gotten a new one just yet. So yeah, you'll see a mixture of things from way back since last year and some stuff from this year, which I guess will be interesting. Fair warning before you continue, there is some nudity in this. You know, as aspiring artists, we're going to study anatomy and nude figure drawings are going to be a part of that process. So without further ado, let's get into it. A lot of people that I've seen do sketchbook tours and all that have really great like intro or first page drawings and stuff. I really don't know what to do and I couldn't be asked to think about it, to be honest. So I just did a sketch of an idea that I had that I was working on at the time, and after sketching it I realized I don't want to do this because it was really difficult, and that was my downfall. Anyway, so this tape is just to hold it together. The pages are splitting, so in a couple of pages you'll see this tape. These are animal studies that I did for a project. We're drawing on some centuries old maps for, I genuinely don't remember the course, but anyway, it was a fun time. So a couple of the sketches you're going to be seeing are from that project. I'll put something up to show you guys how it looked like in the end. No idea what this page is, genuinely. These are gesture drawings that I did when I started out the sketchbook. I really wanted to get better drawing anatomy, and as we go along we'll see, I think we'll see some improvements. I really think from this, although it is timed, I think these were like 10-minute drawings and stuff, I have improved greatly and I'm proud of that. So yeah, same gesture drawings. This is a sketch of my friend. We had just finished training and took some pictures and she looked great, so I thought, hey, why not? More gesture drawings. This is a sketch I really like. It's really small, it's really placed weirdly in the page, but I just really liked it as I was doing it and I didn't want to change anything about it. It's like a nice sticker. Yeah, we don't know what that is. Okay. This was also from the maps project that I talked about earlier. This was the first draft of a ball. I ended up doing a second version of it that I liked a lot more. I ended up going with this idea, just testing out ways to kind of render the horns. This was also from that map project. Just some random sketches from Pinterest.
What the hell is even that?
This was a Moon Knight sketch. This was the first time I tried drawing in like a comic style, and I realized very quickly I can't do the style that I was looking at. There's like, I was trying to look at David Finch, and I realized I can't do that. I like his shadow shapes, but the rendering style is just not for me. I don't have a very deft hand at just getting a nice smooth line. So I started to kind of experiment with using his shadow shapes, but then rendering my own way, which is cross-hatching, which you'll see pretty soon. This is a random sketch of Old Man Barry. This was the first time I drew from imagination. I was very proud of this, still am, because drawing from imagination is difficult. I don't understand how people do it. Spider-Man. So you're going to see a lot of comic and I guess mainly comic book characters. Mainly because they help me study anatomy a lot. They are the types of I'd say study matter or subject matter that allows you to study anatomy but also have fun with it. So usually these drawings will start off with like a very accurate to anatomy like sketch, and then I'll just play around with it afterwards because now I've done my studying, so now it's time for me to have fun. And if you don't have fun, I mean, what's the point? This is my take on Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer with the most weird feet ever. It looks like, looks like he has bunions. Look at that, that's so weird. But anyway, I'm proud of everything else about that. And this is what I was talking about with the rendering, wow, English ran away. Okay. Rendering style. It's a lot of cross-hatching and very thin lines that just build up to a tone or a value. And I think I like that a bit more. And it's more comfortable to what I'm used to because it feels like what I do with pencil. This was a study of a sculpture by Daniel Cockersell, I think. And it is at Dan the Clayman, I think. Study of Frank Zane. Pinterest studies. More Pinterest studies. Even more Pinterest studies. Yeah, so this is just me experimenting with some stuff. Like I said, this isn't really great for wet media. So this is acrylic ink, but a very, very thin wash. Just to see how it would interact with graphite before I did anything that would hurt to mess up. Yeah, sometimes things just don't go right, you know? Look at this. I mean, the shoulder looks like it's the size of his entire body. So yeah, holy fuck anatomy. Batman. So yeah, ended up going with this pose. Lots of like really, really fine lines just to work on the rendering there. Some pen studies. I like drawing a pen. I used to hate it just because you couldn't erase, but now I've learned that that's actually to your benefit because you just make a decision, you go with it. You don't have a choice. You have to live with your mistakes. Kind of a lesson for life in many ways. This is Chris Bumstead as the Green Lantern. Oh yeah, if you want to study anatomy, look at some bodybuilders. They're really, really great for reference. They serve a great purpose when you want to study anatomy. It's a fun way to learn. You know, draw the picture or the reference as accurately as you can, and then as soon as you're done with that, just play with it. You know, 2 birds, 1 stone. Some anatomy references at the back. This was a cool idea that I need to actually do a full piece on. It's like as she's running, she's just slowly, you know, fading away. Quick study. This is probably one of my favorite pieces in here. Very simple, very minimal, but really, really cool in my eyes anyway. This is one of my favorites. I wish I could do stickers of this. Boo! Yeah, I ruined the face after I'd done it. I added ink on top of the pen and the pen just smudged everywhere. So I did this piece on grip tape, a skateboard grip tape for my friend. It was fun. I hate drawing on grip tape, by the way, but it was fun. There's a drawing that I ended up doing, and I had never drawn turtles before, so I just wanted to see what kind of shapes they had, what kind of patterns were in the scale pattern, the shells, what kind of, you know, well, it's not a turtle, sorry, it's a tortoise. But yeah, I wanted to see how one would go about drawing that. It was a fun study, and I think the piece turned out really cool. Some quick studies. This is something I'm still going to work on. So after drawing the figure, I just wanted to figure out how to place the wings and how big they would be in proportion to her body. And you know, this is the first option that I had, which is both wings up. Second one was 1 wing up, 1 wing down, which is what you're seeing here. And the other one is both wings down and kind of coming towards the feet. Yeah, one day I'll get to this. But it's nice to have this kind of stuff in there because that means even if I feel like I don't know what to draw, I'll always have ideas that I could, you know, push to a finish. More anatomy studies. Conor McGregor in ink. Random study. Oh, and these are big cat studies, lions. So I don't draw animals that much, but I thought I need to get better at that. So some days I just like to draw some animals and see how that feels. Actually, I really, really enjoy drawing big cats. They've just got interesting shapes and shadow shapes in there. It's really fun stuff. Yeah, this was a terrible day. So I hadn't drawn for a while with this and it just wasn't working out. You know, I try to push through and tell myself, no, just sit there, do as much as you can, just push through, something will come out. It was terrible. Do I regret it? No, because it got me started again, but it was a terrible experience. And some days are like that, and you just have to, you know, grit your teeth, move with it. It is what it is. This was still, yes, I think was the next day, and it was still bad. And, you know, as I wrote here, it's starting to feel normal again. Still iffy in the beginning, but, you know, better as I keep drawing. And that's how it is. You know, the more you push and the more you remain consistent, the better you feel about what you're doing. And the better you feel about what you're doing, the better what you're doing becomes. Yeah, I hadn't drawn faces in a while, so I thought, hey, before you forget that skill, what you're going to see now is probably my favorite page in here. This is probably my, 100% my favorite page. And I like it just because it feels like it fits in the Jujutsu Kaisen world as like one of the spirits. It's really cool. I like this. I like this one. It's so weird, but at the same time, I think it's really cool. And I'm getting more and more confident with my inks and all that. I now know how I want my work to look in ink. So yeah, I think that's why I enjoyed this one. Besides how it looks, it's just how it felt to do it. Nothing felt like it was fighting me. It just felt like it was a fun ride. Yeah, I get weird with my concepts sometimes.
Okay.
Some quick figure studies. Kobe. I don't know this guy, but he's a runner. Volleyball player. Frogman. Some days are like this. Some days you just don't know what the hell you're doing. This is a study of a sculpture by Daniel Gamelas. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not really sure. He's a brilliant pencil artist and an incredible sculptor. He's really, really, really good. Yeah, it says it for itself, you know, too lazy for this. Yeah, this was a Napoleonic soldier study. I got inspired by Karl Kopinski. He does a ton of these Napoleonic soldiers and all that, and he's got great paintings from back in the day of Napoleonic soldiers, really accurately done, as well as his sketchy ink work. So this was something that was inspired by him, and it took a very short time because I was trying to draw kind of not like him, but in the way he does. Like his philosophy is just like, go at it, you know, just put your front foot forward and see what happens. And I did that and it worked out. Doesn't work out every time though. Face study. Oh yeah, so as I went along, this got really thick, I think, as you can see. So it got really uncomfortable to draw on. So I just switched sides and drew upside down as I got to the end of the sketchbook. This allowed me to continue drawing comfortably and without stress, so yeah. This was a turning point for me when it comes to drawing faces in ink. I really like the style. It's like comic style, but also not. I don't know how to describe it, but it does fit a comic style more than anything else. And I really like it because it's a nice simplification of things. So this is something that felt like I could do this more and more often. So from now on, when I do ink portraits, it's kind of more this style. Anatomy study. This is a character by a friend of mine on Instagram, Benson. I ruined his face. He doesn't have that telescopic kind of thing on the head, and I did that, and I was stupid. I didn't listen. Yeah, I didn't want to draw on this day. I remember this very clearly. So I just kind of pushed until it looked like something, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. Thor, I ran out of ink. I just didn't really want to continue doing that. Inspired by Carl again. So I drew this as it looked in the reference, and then just decided to add some armor pieces in there and some tech bits just to see if I could, and I'm proud of it. You know, it's not great, but it's good enough for me, and that's what matters, right? Again, same kind of idea. This is very recent. This, I think, is the most recent drawing in here. Yeah. So I would have to double back and just draw in some areas that are... Oh, sorry. I've had to go back and draw in some areas that I didn't really want to, like drawing on the back side of this. It shows through and it's annoying, but you know. It is what it is. Until I get a new sketchbook. there. This was from a friend that did on grip tape as well. So this was just a sketch before, just a few color schemes and proportions and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Or you can follow me on Instagram. I will put the link in the description below. Also, let me know what you'd like to see. I've got files and folders with loose leaf drawings that I could go through, flip through, and show you guys. They're a little more finished, of course, than this, and it's a lot more graphite stuff, less ink stuff, less comic stuff, more like the kind of ideas that I have, which you can see on my Instagram, by the way. I could also do real-time process drawings or time-lapse drawings. Anything you'd like to see, I'm more than willing to listen and see what I can do. But other than that, thank you. Adios.